Welcome to Coach's Spotlight. I'm Ed Codi. I'm at Mars High School, the School of Champions, and right next to me is Dana Petruska, the head coach of the Lady Planets, 5A state champions. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
An exciting game. You're down most of the game. You're down 30-28 in the waning minutes, and then you start your comeback. What was going through your mind at that time?
Well, the entire game, I just kept hoping we could keep it close. That's when I know my kids will still have the energy and the belief that they could pull it out, and obviously the outcome was exactly, what we had all hoped for.
Now, you just didn't beat anyone. You beat a team in Archbishop Wood that was going for its third straight championship, sixth in school history. They've been in the championship game 8 out of 9 years. So when you saw them on tape before this game, how confident were you that you could play with them?
As long as, my girls listened and retained all the information that they were given about each one of their players that they were going to be guarding, I really felt confident. I really, truly believed in this group that I have this year.
Coach, let's go all the way back. You don't win the WPL championship. How did you regroup after that, and what did you tell your team as you got ready for the state playoffs?
We've talked about this a lot, just sitting chit-chatting about the WPL playoffs, and for some reason we have a hang-up with playing some of the WPL teams, and once we were able to get into that first round of the state playoffs, I could see a change in them. I could just see this desire and this confidence that I think we really struggled with all season. So they were ready.
Well, that's quite an accomplishment. You're going to win the Western Regional. I know that's left out sometimes, but that's a huge championship in itself. You've won the western half of the state, and now you get ready for the state championship game. In a game in which one of your star players, Lauren, she didn't have her best game offensively, and then your sophomore steps up and contributes 14 points. I believe was the leading scorer in the game was Bella Palaya. A huge game for her.
It was a huge game. In all honesty, a game that I've been looking for all season. Knew the potential was there. Only being a sophomore, as a coach, I sometimes forget their youth and their inexperience. But I just, once we started into the state playoffs, I said to all of them, okay, so you're no longer a freshman, you're a sophomore. You're no longer a sophomore, you're a junior. You're no longer a junior, you're a senior, and you're a 5-year senior. So that in itself, I think, got them to believe in that. And, they just went out and took care of business.
Let's talk about Ty Johnson. She turned out to be Enrique before Enrique Ogonwala hit those shots for Notre Dame. She became your closer. You're losing 30-28. She hits that three-pointer at that time, and that really gave you some life at that point, and then the big steal and the conversion.
Yes. Well, with Ty, she has so much energy. She's just so aggressive. And I've said that I think she plays her best when she's tired. And, if you watch the game, there were a few times where, the body was moving faster than the brain, or the brain was moving faster than the body. And, when it came to the final minutes of our game, she controlled herself. She played and did the things that she's done all year.
Coach, thanks a lot. Congratulations once again on a great championship. I'll be right back. I'm going to talk to some of the players. Standing next to me is senior star forward Lauren Wasselson. She's headed to Xavier. Lauren, first of all, congratulations on a great career, over 1,300 points in your career. How do you feel? Are you still coming down from the high from the championship?
Well, thank you, first off. And yeah, we're all still on cloud 9 right now, but slowly starting to come down day by day. It's an awesome feeling. Rarely anybody gets to feel this way. So, we're all on cloud 9 right now.
I know the championship game, a lot of that was due to Archbishop Wood's great defense. You were held to 4 points, but you played great defense in that game. And I know it was frustrating for you when you fouled out, but I saw that you were still involved so much in the game, encouraging your teammates.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, Archbishop Wood, they did a great job on me. They really took me out of the equation, I thought, by face guarding me. But, I mean, coming down, I was getting frustrated, and I had some fouls. But coming out of the game, I knew there wasn't much that I can do after that, and just encouraging my teammates because I knew they could pull it off, just getting the bench ready, and we're all cheering.
But that's a compliment to you that they would come out and put a great defense on you because they felt that they had to stop you. You're headed to Xavier. You're still going to stay, play the forward position?
I'm going to play guard, so I'll play the 2-3, and me being my height at like 6 foot, I'm going to play down low. Sometimes if they put like a really small guard on me, so that's what Coach Neal's plan is for me. But I'll mainly play guard, shooting guard.
And I have to ask you, what are you going to major in at Xavier?
Marketing, business marketing.
What's been the best thing about your career here at Mars? You've been playing for 4 years.
I mean, just all my teammates. They're awesome. They're my sisters, and I can't imagine not playing with them next year. But I got to move on and just go to a new family.
Lauren, I want to thank you. Congratulations on a great career. Good luck to you at Xavier. I'm going to pull in one of your teammates, Ty Johnson.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ty, come on in here. This is Ty Johnson, a junior. She's a Bucknell recruit. I'm going to ask you, why so early that you made this commitment to Bucknell?
I didn't want this opportunity to pass up, so I decided to verbal. Because I felt very comfortable with Bucknell. I have a great relationship with their coaching staff. They have a very good basketball program, and they're a very good academic school, so I felt it was the right fit for me at the right time.
Let's go back to the championship game. You're losing 30-28, and you hit that big three. What were you thinking when you took that shot?
I was not shooting that well the whole game, but I was pretty confident in that shot. I knew we needed some points on the board, so I was open, her hands were down, and I just took the shot.
You had 10 points in a game. You had 4 at that point. You scored your final 6 points in the closing minutes. You scored the rest of your team's points. But the big steal when the game's tied 33-33, take us back. Tell us what happened on that steal.
They were stalling the ball. It was under 30 seconds when they started stalling, and I knew they were going to try to get the last shot of the game, and that could have taken them to their victory, or it would have went into overtime. So I knew we needed to make a defensive play and get a defensive stop to be able to get an offensive opportunity.
Ty, after you guys did not win the WPL championship, I asked your coach the same question about how you regrouped. So what were you girls thinking about? How did you come together and make this run in the state playoffs?
We took that loss as a wake-up call, and we knew that we had to work hard in every practice. That was really our motivation to try to make a state run and play our best in all of our state games.
Ty, congratulations. You had a great run through the tournament. You're now known as the closer around here. Now let's bring in sophomore sensation, Bella Ply.
Thank you.
Bella, in a game where Archbishop Wood played some great defense, you stepped up. You were the leading scorer in the game with 14 points. What happened? How did you feel throughout that game that you gained that confidence and you were taking the ball to the hoop?
Well, throughout the game, before going into the game, it was obviously the last game we were playing for the season, and we knew we really had nothing to lose. We were the underdog, and especially when Lauren fouled out, I knew I had to step up. So,
your sophomore year, did you know coming in that you were going to have a chance to play, or did you really have to fight for this position as a starting center?
I knew I was going to play because I just work really hard during the off season and during practice. But I mean, there are other players, but I do work hard to have this position. So,
Bella, with the game you had against Archbishop Wood, the leading scorer in the game, I'm sure that's going to be a highlight tape for you someday. You have college aspirations.
Yeah, I'm hoping to play. I don't have any looks yet, but I'm really working to get some. So,
well, before you do that, you're a sophomore. Ty is a junior. You have her sister is a freshman, I believe. You guys are going to be pretty good next year.
Yeah, I think we'll be pretty good. Even our bench, they're a bunch of hard workers. So hopefully we'll have a lot more depth next year. We have a lot of good people coming in, and I know Alec and Ellie, we're all going to be back next year, and I think we'll be just as good. We'll have the same opportunities if we continue to play together and work hard.
Bella, thank you. Thank all of you girls on a great season and a state championship.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Mars boys coach Rob Carmody. I am back with Mars boys basketball coach Rob Carmody. First of all, coach, after all the years of knocking on the door, you finally get that WPIAL championship.
It was fantastic. Great effort by our players in that game. Robbie was very sick in that game. We weren't even sure he was going to be able to play. And our other guys just stepped up, did a fantastic job on the offensive side, being efficient, and we were fantastic defensively, really throughout the entire playoff run. But that game in particular, our defense, our rebounding really held us in the game and gave us an opportunity to win it. And what a great thing for our community, our district, our program, and for these kids and their families.
Coach, I know all those other years you were knocking on that door. You ran into some tough Newcastle teams and some other tough teams, and yet this year everyone just expected you to win this thing from the get-go. Did that add extra pressure to you and your team?
No, I think it was unique because we were number one throughout the beginning of the season all the way till the very last game. And that's hard to do. But our guys prepared for this. We played teams from out of state. We played Kaukauna, Wisconsin, won the Wisconsin State Championship. Corbin, Kentucky was a Final Eight in the state of Kentucky in a one-class system. And Wheeling Central Catholic, who won the state of West Virginia. And over the last 3 or 4 years, this group has lost 16 games to teams outside of the WPIAL. Teams from California, Colorado. So we've built for this. So I don't think there was any extra pressure. I think our guys embraced it. They wanted that, and those were our goals. We wanted to win our section. We wanted to go undefeated at home. We wanted to win the WPIAL, and we wanted to win the state. We felt those were reasonable, attainable goals, and the guys worked their tails off to get us there. And we fell short in the state championship game, but not through a lack of effort. We just ran into a really, really good opponent that night, and that happens on that level. But I'm just so proud of the kids and what they accomplished and what it's meant to our community.
Well, when you talk about the state championship game, and it's 43-38 Abington Heights after 3, you had the halftime lead by 1. And it was just one of those fourth quarters where the shots just weren't going down for you. It just happened in a lot of games.
Yeah, unfortunately for us, we were such a great second-half team throughout the playoffs. We were behind in all 3 of the previous state playoff games. Came out in the second half and just did a great job. In this game, they made some great adjustments. We didn't make some shots. Didn't have great balance like we'd had throughout. But, again, it wasn't through fault of our kids or anything. We just, sometimes you just have to give credit to your opponent. Abington Heights, they were 26. They ended up 27-3. They got there for a reason. They beat the Philadelphia Catholic League champion, Bonner Prendergast. Not an easy thing to do. They beat Chester on that run. So, obviously, very, very high-quality program, and they got the better of us that night, plain and simple.
Coach, it's the last game for some of your seniors, including your son. What did you have to say to them after that championship game?
Just that I love them. And, my message was to those guys is that, don't dwell on being sad. Dwell on being proud of what you've accomplished. 2 times in 3 years, we've been to the state championship game. 3 WPIAL semifinals, a WPIAL championship. We've played in Las Vegas, Florida, West Virginia, New York. We've taken our basketball program that's a bunch of kids who have grown up together and gone across the country playing and competed. These seniors won 91 basketball games. They only lost to 8 of the losses they've occurred in their 4 years came to WPIAL teams. Again, 16 losses came out of the WPIAL. These guys have done everything we could have ever asked of them. They've worked. Cumulative GPA of a 3.8. Super, super proud. And I told them going into the state championship, this was a celebration. No pressure. This is a celebration of everything you guys have worked for and earned. Enjoy it. And I wanted them, I don't want them to dwell on we lost. The simple fact of the matter is when you have kids who have grown up together like these guys have done, they've handled their academic work. They've taken on every challenge you've given them basketball-wise. We won. Those kids are champions, plain and simple.
Coach, once again, congratulations on a great season.
Well, thank you guys, and thank you for being here. What a great thing for Mars to have the boys and girls basketball team competing for a state championship. Just a wonderful thing for our community, our school, the kids and the families who devote so much time to this. So thank you guys very much for recognizing it.
I'll be right back with some of the players. I am back with the WPIAL scoring champion, the Gatorade Basketball Player of the Year in the state of Pennsylvania, Robbie Carmody. Robbie, congratulations on a great career, great season, WPIAL champs.
Thank you very much.
2,390 career points. It's going to be hard to beat here at Mars. You've started for 4 years. You guys had a number of opportunities to win that WPL championship. You finally get it this year. How did that feel to you?
It's amazing. All of us, we've been working towards this since we were in 3rd grade, and it's really special to get to be the first group that puts a banner up on that wall over there, and hopefully it catapults us moving forward, and we get a few more.
Robbie, let's go to the championship game. I was talking to your father. You had a fantastic game. You guys lost 67-55, but you scored 34 of your team's 55 points. You just took the team and put them on your back in that second half.
Yeah, we had a little bit of trouble getting going, so I tried to get some easy baskets and tried to open up a little bit more, but they kind of let me get to the basket. I think the game plan might have been to let me score but not get my teammates opportunities to make shots, and it worked.
It's amazing in our area. After Pine Richland won a state football championship, we have Phil Jerkovic on. I know you know Phil. You're good friends. He was the Pennsylvania Gatorade Football Player of the Year. You're Basketball Player of the Year, and you're both going to Notre Dame. How neat is that?
It's really cool. There's not a lot of times that two people from the same area, basically 5 minutes apart, win the Gatorade Player of the Year for their respective sports in the same year, and it's even crazier that we're both going to Notre Dame.
You're going to Notre Dame. What are your plans, and what are you going to major in at Notre Dame, and what position will you be playing in one of the guard spots?
I'm going to major in business and finance, and I'm going to play the 2 guard.
When you look, and I'm sure you've watched Notre Dame play quite a bit this year, what are your thoughts on a level of competition and how you will fit in?
It's gonna be really hard at first. Everybody's a step quicker. Everybody's a few inches longer, a few inches taller. So it's gonna be hard at first getting used to that. But I think I'll adapt to it pretty well and pretty fast.
I know the first year that you and Phil can't room together, but I'm sure somewhere down the line there are plans that you guys will be rooming together.
We haven't talked about it yet, but I'm sure it'll come up eventually.
Robbie, congratulations on a fantastic career. Good luck to you at Notre Dame.
Thank you.
I am back with 2 players who I call the unsung heroes, the backbone of this Mars championship team. Standing right next to me, senior guard Cade Hetzler, and next to him, junior guard Andrew Recchia. First of all, Cade, congratulations on the WPL championship.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This season, I've watched you guys we've done 3 or 4 of your games the last few years against Knock, and I have to tell you, you guys have stepped up big and done a great job in running that backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, we know a lot of teams will focus on Robbie, and he's obviously carried us a lot of the way, but when the time's right, like in the Whippeal Championship, when Robbie wasn't going as well, other players stepped up, and that's what we had to do.
Cade, being a senior, entertaining any schools, any thoughts of where you're going to be next year?
Not yet. I have to figure that out soon, but hopefully by next week.
Let's move over to junior guard Andrew Recchia. Andrew, you 2 guys work so well in the backcourt together. Do you do any special practicing together to bring your game together, how well you guys played in the backcourt?
Honestly, I just say it's, our friendship. Like, we're very close. I mean, the whole team's close. I think that's most of our success where it came from, and I mean just our chemistry on the court, working out together, off-season workouts, stuff like that, lifting together. But we just built a great team chemistry, and that's, I think, what carried us.
You guys not only could score, you guys are a very physical defensive team, a lot of intensity. Where does all that come from?
That's something Coach has always told us from day one. You have to box out, rebound, and run. That's how we'll win games. So we know not to take defense lightly and to try on both ends of the court, because that can end up winning you games.
Andrew, you have another year. You're coming back along with Michael Carmody. This cupboard's not going to be bare. You guys already talking about next year?
I'm kind of still moving on, but I mean, me and the guys, Brandon, Mike, Joey Kraska, we've been talking about it. We're really excited. We're going to miss the guys from this year, but I think we can have a really good year next year, and we're really excited.
You've both been starters for a number of years. What's been the best thing about playing for Mars basketball?
Just how close we are, honestly. We do everything together during the season. It just brings all 18 of us or 20 of us together, like, almost like a family. It's just been so fun.
I mean, just like he said, we're truly a family. Workouts in the off season all together. We go out to eat all the time. We're always hanging out with each other off the court, and we just all get along, and we're always there for each other.
With all the intensity that you guys bring to the game, I'm sure there's some trash talking that goes on out there. What team gave you the most trouble?
As far as trash talking goes, probably Hampton. We go at it with them, but it's all on the court, so we just leave it out there.
Yeah, obviously, our Hampton rivalry is something special, so there's always some words exchanged there. Moon is also a good rivalry we had this year. It's just so fun to play in those games, and the tensions get so hot, it's so fun.
Your coach gets pretty intense. We can see that. You guys ever say to him, Coach, just relax, we have this?
No. We love it. We feed off of it, and we know he's all in, so I love looking over the sidelines and seeing him like that. Gets me fired up.
Well, Cade, congratulations to you. Congratulations, Andrew, and a great season. We'll be seeing you next year.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us on Coach's Spotlight. We'll see you next time.